Yeah.
Word. We are here.
Back up in this joint.
Yep.
Super Duty, Tough Work.
Mm-hmm.
The most infamous podcast this side of the Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
This side of the Olentangy, if you in Ohio. You know what I mean? We up and down all these little bodies of water.
Ohio River.
Yeah, Ohio River. Just letting y'all know, man. You know, Allen Creek was good. Shout out to Lake Erie. What's good?
Nah, I mean.
You know what I mean? All of my Lake Erie fam. We hold down all them bodies of water on this podcast, man. So yeah, we here. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. It's been a pretty good week. Drop that hot video. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
That hot video came out this week.
It's crispy.
It's crispy as hell, dog.
Yeah, you know it's funny. I didn't even get to really enjoy it like I usually do. Cause I've been working on my taxes this week.
Yeah, you've been
since I saw you last. I just been spreadsheeting it
mad
out.
Receipts, receipts and spreadsheets,
tallying and double tallying and tabulating. Oh man, I just turned in everything this morning or yesterday.
Okay.
So I haven't met with her yet, but my accountant yet. But man, this week it's been a blur. I didn't even get to enjoy the crispy new video.
Yeah, man, it's crispy. It look beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah,
and it was my first time posting something to the IGTV.
I saw that.
Yeah,
kind of worked.
Yeah, it worked a little bit.
Yeah. I tried to told y'all.
I was like, I never used this before. We'll use it more often.
Yeah.
Like I've been thinking about a lot of little shit since we talked about last about the promotion and stuff, ways not to do, things to do.
Yeah,
my mind's been really moving around.
That's dope. That's dope. So the podcast helps even those who put on the podcast.
Yes, it does.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I was looking at the video like, how does this IGTV thing work?
Caveman type shit.
Like, let me push this button and upload, see how this works out. Worked out pretty well.
Yeah. Lots of feedback.
Lots of views.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
That's why you do it.
Yeah, we'll continue.
Yeah. So what's the name? Is that that's not Flight Plan?
Yeah, it's Flight Plan.
Flight Plan is the name of the music video that just dropped. Illogic and DJ Criminal, and I directed the joint.
Yeah.
You know, and we got one more to do.
Yeah, man.
This week, you supposed to send me some pictures of your kitchen, man.
Yeah, I got the text like. Yeah, late.
They ain't gotta be fancy. I just need to know like the
layout.
Yeah, so
I got you.
Get my shit together.
You'll have those this evening.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. So yeah, this week, man, we're here as always, and we're talking about mountains, finding new mountains to climb. And this is a metaphor for when you get bored, when you have done something for a while and you feel like.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's nothing to you.
Yeah.
You know, it gets really easy. And what do you do next? And that feeling that people have, I believe, is because you've hit this precipice and you need something new. You know, and this episode is about, you know, how to know that you've hit that thing, why it's important to find something, and then how to hone in on what you should do when you start feeling like that.
Yeah.
And so we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Word.
We got you stuck off the realness, the most infamous, you heard of us. Official podcast murderers, the show comes equipped with viewpoints to share. Grown man ideas for all those who care and wanna grow, so go ahead and download. Every single week with a brand new episode. You're not alone in this world, cousin, so we share information and honest discussion and keep repping the culture like we supposed to. They spread gossip, but they never come close to. I can hear it inside their tone. They talk about the industry but never left their home. You get laced up with bullet points and such, plus empowering topics that they never would touch. You can put your whole network against the team, but Super Duty Tough Work's the MVP. Most valuable podcast on MP3. Priceless info, but all of it's free. So take these words home and think them through. Super Duty Tough Work is coming at you. You are now listening to Super Duty Tough Work with your host, Blueprint. Raw and uncut. Adult conversations. No shucking, no jiving, and no bullshit.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Back in the building.
Yeah, shout out to all of our listeners worldwide.
Yeah, man.
We've got some followers.
Cats like the podcast, man. They really like the podcast.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
When you think about it, like, damn.
Yeah, like,
They fuck with us.
yeah, people really fucking with us. You know, it's like when you put that first album out.
Yeah, you're like, you like that?
Yeah, like really.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Alright.
I got some more shit.
Right.
I'm not done yet then.
Right.
Okay, now I know. Now I'm gonna really lean into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, thanks to all of our listeners, man. And we just trying to just share what we go through, and at the same time, kind of put it in a format that hopefully helps others.
Yeah.
Whether you experienced an experience, you don't even have to be an artist to get something out of this shit.
Right.
And I think that's probably one of the biggest benefits of this podcast.
Yeah.
It's not specifically about hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I be stressing that to my wife. She's like, well, I'm not a musical. I was like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Just listen.
Yeah, we got plenty of listeners who aren't
Yeah, just listen.
hip hop people.
If you're a business person,
Yes.
just a person.
Yeah. You just listen.
Just listen.
Just listen, So this week, sign we want to talk about first, just like, how it feels and the signs that you need to find a new mountain to climb. This is something that I can speak about because I've been going through it for the last year.
Yeah.
And, this kind of started last year after I kind of got off tour, and I felt like I was kind of doing some of the same things in terms of production. I hadn't dug in a long time, and maybe years, hadn't bought new records. I was kind of settled into that. I was quote unquote successful. You know what I mean? I paid off my house, and I was just kind of sitting there like,
what's next? I'm good.
I'm just like looking around my house, lost. Just lost.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything around me that was just like, oh, that's next. I mean, and then the year prior, I had made the movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that, so you look like in a 2-year span, it was like, okay, you dropped a movie and did a movie tour. This is like bucket list shit.
Yeah.
You paid off your house. That's bucket list shit.
Yeah. You 2 books in.
Yeah, I'm 2 books in. I'm like,
Like what else?
Yeah.
What else is there?
yeah, and I never set out a lot of crazy lofty goals when I got into this shit. It was just to make a living off of it, maybe make a movie, write a book or 2, and then after that shit's done, you're just like, maybe I want to pay off my house. Yeah, that would be dope one day.
Yeah.
And you do, you're like, oh, this is great for about a week, and then a week later, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
where do I go now?
Yeah.
I don't have anything. I don't have a mountain that's there anymore.
Yeah.
And so for the last year, I've kind of found myself trying to find something new that presents the same level of challenge to pour myself into, a new mountain to climb, so to speak. And so we want to talk about the signs that you need a new mountain to climb. And these are things I've been through. I've seen other people go through these. And so the first sign that you need something new is boredom.
Yes.
Boredom.
Yes.
You look around, you look at what you do, and you look at what other people do, and it just doesn't move you one iota.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Yeah, especially if you've been doing something for a long time, and you've quote unquote mastered it.
Yeah.
And it's without thinking at this point.
Yeah, it's instinct now.
Yeah.
We've been dropping records for 20 years.
Right.
Like 1999
Yeah.
was when our tapes came out.
Yeah.
Our first official releases, and they released them on CD in
2000.
So 20 fucking years, bruh.
Yeah, this is why I started making beats and picking up the camera, because after a while writing a verse, I could drop 16 on anybody at any given moment.
Yeah.
I don't gotta be in the mood. I don't gotta be inspired.
It's like breathing.
Yeah, I can just drop a 16.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt the same way over the years, and I found that sometimes I would create these little mini challenges.
Yep.
So I could get more hype.
Yep.
To push myself.
Get excited about it.
Yeah. And I'm creating things. Okay, well, yeah, I told this person I would get this to them, Wednesday. I'm going to wait till Tuesday and do all of it.
And drop everything.
Everything. Stress myself out.
Make the beat, write the song, everything.
Record it, mix, master, out. Wednesday.
Right.
24 hours.
Right.
And I have been sitting on this shit for 6 months.
Yeah.
I could have been did that. I think some of that was because, you don't have that next thing.
Right.
Like you're a little bored. And when you're bored, you're going to seek challenges and things that aren't even really challenges to you.
Right.
Creating little challenges and tests and things to push yourself, because what you have going on normally isn't necessarily pushing you.
Right.
You know? And the boredom is a real thing, man. And I felt that over the years. You know, I think part of that is like, okay, well, I'm going to pick up the fucking drums, or, you know, I've picked up the trombone and the keys and all this other shit and editing and film. It's like, but I'm a little bored. I don't have nothing to aim at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so boredom is a real thing.
Yeah.
Number 2, sign that you need a new mountain to climb is lack of anticipation.
Got nothing to look forward to.
Right.
You know, nothing to look forward to. Nothing.
Yeah. Because, you know, you think about it when you first start, like you talk about your debut album.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's so much anticipation.
Oh, God.
You're new.
Yeah.
Everyone is just waiting. What are they going to do?
Right.
Everyone's still guessing. You haven't established a pattern yet. From production to the rhymes to what you make to whatever you do. People they've seen it.
Yeah.
Right? In your mind, you're like, people know what the fuck it's about to be.
Yeah, it's going down.
It's going down. I'm going to kill it again. Like I always do.
When I drop, you already know what it is.
You know. You know what I mean?
You don't got a question.
Come on, I'm certified out here.
Right. Come on.
You know, so it makes you have though, you know, but that feeling of predictability creates, you know, this lack of anticipation.
Yeah.
Because now you're just like
complacency.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, I'm gonna drop it.
It's gonna come out. I'm gonna do my numbers. It's gonna be hot. My fans is gonna dig it. The end.
Right.
Rinse, repeat.
Yep.
Whereas when you were younger, it was like, yo, my first album, it means so fucking much.
Well, even because even second, third, yeah, like because we were still learning, we were still changing, develop. I mean, I was growing into who I was going to be as an MC. You as a producer, like everything was still new.
Yes.
You know, because we dropped our first projects within 5 years.
Yes.
You know, all of the greenhouse stuff, my stuff, like 5-year period, we was working our asses off, touring, recording, writing, all of that shit.
Yes, like 3 records each in that period.
Exciting. We were excited.
Yes.
You know, 15 years later.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna make another album.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yep. It'll be out.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah. And it's like you don't anticipate it with the same energy that you once did. It doesn't mean that you necessarily are going through the motions creating it,
right?
But at the same time, the process of taking this thing that you don't know is what it's gonna do, and trying to find a fan base and trying to find your audience and excite them and have them like, oh no, where is he gonna take it?
Right.
You know, you don't have that because you're successful to some extent. You have a fan base, you have followers, and because you do, the feeling of anticipation that you used to have, it just ain't there no more.
See, for me, since my next album is the first album I ever produced,
all over again,
that gives me like something to look forward to.
New mountain.
Yeah, very, very much so. Because I don't know if people gonna like it. I don't know if people gonna like my production, me over my own production. You know what I mean? Like it's a completely different world. So I'm excited about that.
That's dope.
But after that.
Yeah. Hey, after you do it, then what?
But you know, it's like, am I, you know, as I grow as a producer, maybe think, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's like once it's done, then you know, it's like, all right, I did it.
Yeah.
You know,
what else?
I guess I do it again.
Right. How can I do it? But then you got to do it different ways.
Right, you got to do it different ways. Change my production style. You know, so
find something.
It gives a little bit of anticipation diving into that world.
Yeah, and that's a perfect segue to number 3.
Right,
sign. You know, the number 3 sign is that you don't get nervous anymore.
Oh nah.
Right. Nah. So like for us, when you talk about like when we were producing records and we first started like 20 years ago. We didn't know what was going to hit. We didn't know what was going to flop. We were just making songs, putting them together. And some of that shit stuck. Some of it didn't. But we were just like, had no fucking clue what was gonna happen.
Yeah, we thought it was dope.
Yeah, we thought it was dope, but we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know.
We didn't know, and that made us kind of nervous. You know, you think about playing shows back then, kind of nervous. You would practice, but you was nervous that this man didn't know his rhymes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The DJ might forget the cue. You're like, oh shit. Are you nervous that people would ignore you?
Right, or not come
out. You were just nervous about everything. Oh man, am I promoting this record properly? Man, do people care? Like, man, I'm just so fucking nervous about this.
Do you still get nervous on tour?
No.
Yeah, it's just like,
no.
I'm here. I know I got fans.
Right.
They gonna come out.
I get nervous. I do get nervous about turnouts. That's the only thing. I never get nervous about my part of playing the show, the tour itself. Like, I don't get nervous about that. I do get nervous sometimes. Well, when I add new material,
right,
that's when I get nervous.
Yeah,
again.
it's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
this is that new shit.
Do I know the rhyme? Yeah.
Or are they gonna like it?
Yeah,
is it gonna translate live?
Yeah,
that kind of shit.
That's the shit I have to do now. I played I played. There's a song called Long Term. It was a feature, but it's like my number one song on my Spotify. But I never played it. I never learned the words, and I played it in Denver, and it totally worked. But I was nervous when that shit came in. Like, do not go blank. Do not fuck this up. People are looking at you. Some of them know this song.
Right.
Like, it was that feeling all over again. And we used to have that feeling the whole set.
All the time.
Every show, every city.
Yeah. You know.
Because now our older material is just, it's muscle memory now. Like, we can do it in our sleep. We can be thinking about other stuff and still get that song right. And so it takes away that nervousness, man. But the thing is, once you stop feeling nervous, that means you're not really challenging yourself.
Right.
And if you're not challenging yourself, you probably need to challenge yourself. Man.
Yeah. Because you're not growing no more.
No.
You're stuck in the same place.
Yeah. And I did something in 2011 when Adventures in Counterculture came out. That's why I went out and I would play the whole set and play nothing new. And it would piss some people the fuck off.
Yeah, because you was scared.
Yeah.
Because it was adventures. I mean, out of everything.
That's when you do it.
Yeah.
You know, they were just like, what? Why are you not playing any of your old shit? And I would be done, and some people would be like, that shit was incredible. Right. You know, it wasn't what I expected, but it was really good. But I felt so alive because, no pun intended, I felt like because it made me nervous.
Yeah.
I never knew, like, are you going to step on this pedal? And is it going to fire off the right thing?
Right.
Do you have the time to make it from your keyboard to that thing, to this cue? And if something goes wrong, are you going to be able to change that battery?
Yeah.
What if that thing goes wrong?
Yeah.
Is your guitar going to work? Now it's like, does your trombone, are you going to be able to hit these fucking notes?
Right.
Because now you got braces and it's like hard as fuck to actually play a fucking horn. And so now I have certain areas where there's a challenge and I'm nervous, but for years there, and it happens to all of us, we have cycles where we just lose that nervous feeling.
Yeah.
And it makes us feel like, well, I've been here. I've done this already.
Yeah, like I could imagine how KRS feels.
Oh, yeah.
Or, you know, cats that's been performing the same material for 20 years.
30 years.
30 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because he was fresh for 88.
Right.
So, but he first dropped in 86.
Exactly. And he's still performing those songs.
Yeah.
Like, he can't like think he's going to forget it.
No, he ain't forgetting nothing.
He ain't forgetting nothing.
No. Yeah, I wonder what his challenge is. Like how he sets him. Maybe it's the longevity or something.
Yeah.
Because you got to find it in new places.
Right.
Maybe KRS looks at it like, you know what? Technically, I got this. You know, I got hits. Now the question is, can I stay active and sharp enough to create that, you know, Rolling Stones,
right,
you know, type of longevity, or you know, whatever, John Coltrane of hip hop type thing. Because you're right. And I would say he does still make new records too.
Yeah, he does.
Which is probably really smart.
But from what I've seen, he hardly performs his new material.
That's very true. Yeah. That's very true. So maybe that's just to get him amped.
Yeah, and to stay sharp.
To stay sharp. Yeah, because that's his mountain. The album should always be a mountain.
Right.
It should never be like, there's another song about this, another song about that. Slap some album cover art together and put it out. The end.
Right.
See y'all next year.
Right.
You know. So yeah, that's the number 3. Okay. The number 4 sign you need a new mountain to climb is the lack of investment. One thing you gotta say when you start to pick up a new hobby or a new interest, you start to invest in it.
Oh yeah.
You start to look at your bank account. You're like, damn, I just bought a fucking camera 2 weeks ago. Like I bought a camera for your last video shoot. I haven't bought a new camera in a minute.
Yeah.
I bought stuff for this.
Right.
But it was a new thing, the video thing. We were trying to get that and rolled off of that. Like, but I don't have a camera for me. You know what I mean? That I can use that does what I specifically need just for me, not for this show or that. And, you know, I was looking at my bank account like, oh.
This is what it looked like to invest in something new.
You must be excited about this shit. Your bank account says that you found a new mountain to climb. Because the money you had in there is starting to deplete very quickly. You know, like I got the camera, you know, 3 lenses. You know, now I got to get a stabilizer for the camera because it's, you know, it's like this whole little thing where you're like, to really take it where I need to take it though.
Right.
I need to do that, you know, but is it like, you gotta see that little things are starting to show up, whether they're new tools or toys or whatever that are related to your shit. And you gotta learn each little piece. That's when you got something that you're aiming for.
Yeah, when I first picked up the camera, Tay was like, what is this for? You know, like it was always a new Amazon box. Like like always a new lens, you know, tripod, bag, camera bag, all kind of shit. Always coming every other week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the way it should be though.
Yeah.
But you think about the periods where we're not doing that.
Right.
The periods where we're not doing that is a period where we're just cranking out material. We know how to make. I don't do that with hip hop as much.
Right.
You know, I might buy a MIDI controller every 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, I bought like a launch pad mini or something a year or two ago. Outside that, I haven't bought. I mean, I bought like, you know, software.
Yeah.
And last fall when I had that computer crash, that's what the last time I invested. But and I'm kind of glad that happened now because I was looking for something.
Right.
And it happened at a time where I was just like, I was depressed for 2 months.
Yeah, and you had to start from scratch though.
Yeah.
You know.
And that was the challenge. And it made me do a lot of shit different production wise.
Yeah.
And so it ended up being a blessing in disguise. Prior to that, I wasn't really investing in my production. And and the video stuff, I've done that, obviously making a film, but the periods in your life where you are investing the heaviest, those are the periods where you got a mountain to climb. Yeah. And if you look around yourself and you're finding that you ain't bought nothing new for your craft in a long ass time. Right. You've been using the same tools, doing shit the same way. Your bank account don't have no little spikes in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a straight line.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No withdrawals.
You just had some of these. Oh shit. July. Oh shit. August. I was tripping. Okay, let me go back down.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. November I had to get that one thing. Beep, beep. You back, and then you back. You know, you got to have some of those in there. If you don't, then you're probably just going through the motions, man.
Yeah, true.
And so that's the number 4. Okay, number 5 sign that you need a new mountain to climb is cynicism.
This is big.
We can call this hating. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Yeah. But when you bored with something, it's easy to become critical of others.
Very.
Because you have this perception almost like you've mastered it.
Yeah.
You've got it all figured out.
Yep.
And because you got it all figured out, you can now just sit around and critique others. You don't have to create anything else. You don't have to make anything. You don't need any output. All you can do is just sit back, fold your arms, and be like, that shit's whack.
No bars.
Y'all suck.
Yep. Go back to the drawing board.
Is that it? You know, you be looking at people like, is that it? That's all you got? You know, just real critical, but you're not like adding on. You're not adding any energy to the creative thing that's going on. And I think it's a lot of people, once you get into that mode, you definitely got to find something new.
Right.
Because now you're not even participating. You're not even seeing anything good in the things people are doing.
Right.
You know, like one thing that's come of me doing these music videos for you is that it's made me kind of go back and kind of learn more technical stuff.
Right. Get more into the.
Yeah. I've been on YouTube on my tutorials, just brushing up on my shit. Because it's like any muscle you don't use. Yeah, I've made a movie before. Right. But music videos are kind of like the all-star game.
Oh, yeah.
You know, video production. Right. It's like you're going to see some crazy dunks. You're going to see all the tricks in the all-star game. Fools ain't doing that in regular games.
Nah.
They're not doing that in movies.
Nah.
But in a video, motherfucker will have literally every bar will be a different trick, a different little thing of making it look really cool. And it's like, okay, whether that's my style or not, I need to be going back and researching, and I don't need to be hating on what cats are doing. I need to be looking like, how the fuck they do that shit?
Right.
Like I saw some shit last night that just blew my motherfucking mind. It was the simplest thing. It's a day later and I'm still like, how though?
Houseway.
Yeah. Hold on. I know exactly what he did, but just the way he did it was so counterintuitive that I'm trying to. I have to pick up a camera to understand what he did, even though I can explain it to you. But my mind is like, nah.
Nah, no.
Yeah, so I know it's challenging me now. Like I can't sit around, oh yeah, anybody can do that. Yeah, technically I can do it because I watched the tutorial, but I didn't pick up the camera though. You know what I'm saying? I didn't sit down and edit it. Because you can't really learn certain shit unless you do it.
Yeah,
You do it,
yeah,
right?
You got to practice.
Yeah, and so like I found myself like getting more excited. You know, my cynicism about certain things is like, nah, man, learn all that shit. Learn all them tricks, man. Learn as much as you can, because every time you learn something, you're gonna be excited again. Yeah. You're gonna want to use that shit. Okay, I learned this shit last week. I can't wait to bust this out in your fucking video. You like, oh shit, what the fuck was that? Like, this is shit I was talking about. I can't even explain to you. You know, but you lose that sense of cynicism, and that really, really helps you just get busy, man.
Yeah, wakes you up.
Yeah. So I think that's it for these. We know we're gonna do why this shit is important. So we'll take a break and we'll come right back.
Yeah.
Quick announcement. Saturday, November 2nd, I'll be in Texas, Austin, Texas, headlining a festival, the Emerge Graffiti Arts Festival. It's gonna be held at the Schultz Beer Garden from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning. All ages are welcome. Even better, advance tickets are only $5. Walk-up tickets are only $10. There's no excuse for you to not be at the show. So, doors open at 7 p.m. I'll be headlining this festival. I hope y'all can come out and check out the dope art. There's gonna be b-boys there. They got a producer section. They got graffiti section. They got it all. And I'm headlining, you know, so please come out. Schultz Beer Garden, Saturday, November 2nd, Austin, Texas, the Emerge Arts Festival. You can get your tickets at emergeatx.com. That's emergeatx.com. Tickets are only $5. Advance tickets are only $5. Walk-up tickets only $10. I'll see y'all there. Back to the show. Super duty, tough work.
Yes, being of value.
Come on, man.
Providing.
Yeah.
Bars.
This is it. I hope that just wakes some people up, you know, and I hope you understand, like, no matter what level you're at, you go through this.
Oh yeah.
You know, you go through this shit.
And you have to realize it. The shit is like, people don't really realize it. Like when you are a rapper or whatever you do, and you sitting back and you start criticizing people that do the same shit that you do, and you realize you ain't done it in a while, you ain't been excited about it in a while, then this you need New Mountain.
Yes.
You need New Mountain.
You do. You
need New Mountain.
Like, if you're gonna critique, at least critique from someone who's like active. Like,
right.
You gotta be in the mix to critique those who are in the mix.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not, it's like, you just going through the motions, man.
And don't critique without helping. Like, don't just be an asshole.
Yeah.
And say like, this is whack.
Yeah, that's not constructive at all.
That's not constructive at all. Please make it constructive.
Yeah.
This is what you should do different.
Right.
From what you're doing now.
Yeah, and there's a place, like you're saying, there's a place for it. I think some people, the ego starts to take over, and then cats lose that whole constructive thing, and it's just like, I'm looking down on you, whack motherfuckers from this mountain of perfection, and y'all suck. You know, and step it up. That's it.
Yeah,
bye.
that's it.
It's like, that's not helping nobody. You know, so why is finding a new mountain important? We're going to talk about like 5 reasons why. And this first one is probably the one that most people can relate to. And the first reason it's important is career stagnation.
Yeah.
Learning in this country, I mean, we can honestly say, yeah, the public school system is pretty whack. But you don't have to be a fan of school to be a fan of learning.
Right.
And what you find out in this world is that the less you know, the less you evolve, the less opportunities there are. And that's whether that's in your job or outside of your job. Just the less you know, the less value you have, the less people can take advantage of your skills. And so the reason you want to make sure that you know when you've hit one of these plateaus is so that you can avoid being stuck. Because the easier it is to get stuck, easier just for them to get rid of you.
Right.
they'll have your ass up out of here.
Right.
You'll be like, damn, what happened?
Fans gone, job gone, you know, whatever.
Yeah. And that's a message that's so universal. It's not just about, you know, learning how to rap in every pattern. It's about, you know, making sure that like you are evolving in everything you do and that you're adding little pieces and that you're not just resting on your laurels. Because as you said, like jobs and the skills required to do them move forward. You know, music and the culture surrounding it moves forward.
Right.
You know, popular culture and the things that we consider cool now moves forward.
Right.
In 10 years, what people consider cool now might not be cool. Something that was cool 10 years ago might be cool again.
Right.
20 years later.
Yeah.
We don't fucking have any control over that. But what we do have control over is making sure that our skill set and that we're always challenging ourselves, you know, to make sure that we can just like survive through these times, these changes.
True.
That's number one reason. Reason number two is important. Happiness.
Come on. This is the biggest reason. This is the biggest reason.
The end. Good night.
So you can smile.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like you feel alive when you're challenged.
Hell yeah.
Right? Like there is a tough period where you're doing something new when you're nervous and this is a feeling of anxiety because you don't know how it's going to turn out. But when it's all said and done, you look back like, yeah.
Yeah, when you finally reach a certain milestone in that challenge, it's like, okay. But during that time, getting to that first milestone, you be like, fuck this.
Nah. Should I quit? Should I stop?
Fuck this mountain.
Yeah. You feel like that. And understand like your happiness is dependent upon you putting these kind of challenges in your life. You know, the less risks you take, the less you want to learn something new, the less you challenge you and say, man, you're not going to be happy.
Right.
You're going to be comfortable. That's all that I can promise you. But comfort doesn't mean happiness.
No, it's usually they're kind of separate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like most people that are truly happy are never really comfortable.
Yeah.
Because they're always moving. They're always trying something new, learning new things, growing.
Yes.
You know, like people that grow are never comfortable.
That's a fact. And, you know, and comfort often becomes the enemy of growth, right? Like you start prioritizing comfort above growth. As soon as you get one little thing, you don't have any reason to keep pushing.
Right.
I mean, there's got to be reasons why people like motherfucking scammers calling me. This shit says scam likely. Does your shit do that?
Yeah, mine does too. Yeah.
Jesus, won't even let us podcast, man. But yeah, there's a reason that people like, you know, Oprah or even super rich people, they continually look for challenges. Yeah. Whether that's having a network, new software, philanthropy. These are new mountains. Yeah. And they start those things off not as successful as they were in their previous endeavors. And it gives them a reason to get up every day, man. And they're happy to do it, you know? Yeah. So that's that. Number 3 reason it's important. Purpose.
Yeah.
Enrichment. Look, man, if there's a lot of things they talk about, like, you know, how when people are working and they have something that drives them, you know, whether it's a mailman who works till he's 70 or 75 or whatever. Right. Like the older you are, the more your purpose allows you to continue doing what you're doing. Yeah. You don't have your purpose down. It's like, well, how do you inspire yourself to get up every day?
It becomes more clear the older you get.
Yeah.
You know, you really realize what your purpose is.
Yeah. When you're younger, you're just like, I like doing this.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's fun.
People like when I do this.
Right.
But yeah, when you get a little older, you're like, no, I'm supposed to be doing that. That shit makes me excited. Right. You know, and a sense of purpose is something that you have to ultimately find, you know, your time here on earth. No one can tell you what the fuck your purpose is. Right. And I think a lot of people make the mistake of letting someone tell them what their purpose is, whether that's a guidance counselor, you know, whether that's their parents, whether that's just what's cool right now. I'm going to do that because it's cool. But maybe that's not what you're supposed to be doing. If you don't have the sense of excitement when you do it, if it don't make you happy when you do it, maybe it's not it. Yeah. If you can't do it till 4 a.m. in the morning for free, maybe it ain't for you. Yeah. Like, I know this is my purpose. I do this shit until I can't every day.
Right. Right.
Like, dude, you would do, before I even was heavy in the video, when I first got into it, I would be up till 4 a.m. in the morning. Just learning basic. Okay, how do you do this cut though? How do I get the sound to play with the vocal of the thing and the thing in here? Like, I'm stinging up and I'm like, yo, I get paid to rap.
Right.
I'm not even doing, why am I staying up for this shit? It's 5 a.m. I should be asleep. But because I'd found something that inspired me, that got me amped, and I was really into it. I saw like, oh, this is a challenge now. This excites me like music. That works the same part of the brain, and these things can ultimately become your purpose, and you have to challenge yourself from it. You may never find your purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the scary thing.
Yeah,
keep taking an easy way out, you'll never find it.
Yeah.
And so that's number 3. Number 4 reason that finding a new mountain is important is to set an example.
Yeah.
I don't even have kids.
Right.
But I understand this one.
Right.
Like, there's something inspiring about an adult who continues their education, who continues to challenge themselves to the youth and those around them, be it your family members, your community. Like, yo, that man already had money, but he went back and did this.
Right.
Or that man could have just chilled and he learned that. Or that dude did this and he could have just, oh man, it's crazy. He didn't have to, but he did.
Right.
That shit is inspiring.
Definitely is.
It sets an ill example to others who are looking at you, who you may not even know. And they say, man, you know what? You didn't need to do that.
All right.
But you did that shit.
Yeah.
And you did it. You went hard body at it.
Right. You really did it.
Yeah.
You went all the way in.
Right. So it's like, set an example, and I don't have to tell the parents out here what that's like. Sometimes you realize that, you have to finish high school.
Right.
Just to guarantee that your kids don't even think about dropping out.
Right.
So they can't say, well, my dad was a dropout, so it's okay. Nope. And then okay, well, I need to get some college in me, because if I don't do that, I need my kids to know. Yeah. Nah, this is the bar. Yeah. You set the bar with everything you do. And, you just got to have that shit in your life, man.
Yeah, that was for me, for going to school, and going on to get my master's degree. Yeah. While I have kids, while I have a family, it's like, you don't have any excuse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have no excuse because at the time when I was getting my bachelor's degree, me and Ted was in school, so it's like, you got homework, we got homework, you know what I'm saying? Like, we working, y'all working, and we still going to work every day. We still taking care of y'all. We still feeding y'all. Yeah. And I'm going on to further my education past that. Yeah. So I just hope they recognize that, and I'm sure they do.
Yeah, and if they don't get it now, they'll get it later.
Yeah, they'll get it.
They'll get it. Like, oh, you know what? I remember my old man. He ain't give up. He was still on his shit. Yeah. He wasn't even. You know what I'm saying? Right. Nothing stopped for us. Right. That's the kind of example you need to set for people. Yeah. So that's number 4. Okay, number 5 reason why it's important is just to achieve new things in life, man. Life is fucking short. Yeah. Like, think about it. I mean, some people graduate from high school, they think that's it. Yeah. Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I done made it.
I've done my learning. Like, they look offended at the suggestion that you gotta continue to learn, because they've believed that, okay, I'm gonna get out of high school, I'll have the skills and knowledge I need to get a job, and I'll be successful. But then you get out in the real world, and the society and the job market and everything else tells you otherwise. You're like, God damn, I wish they'd have told me this shit from jump. Right. But you have to take on new things in order to achieve new things. I mean, it seems so basic. Right. But some people will sit there and say, damn, I wonder why I ain't shit, why shit never worked out for me in life. Well, because you never tried nothing.
Yeah, you never did anything. You never did anything other than your everyday wake up, go to school, go to work or whatever, and that's it. And 50 years later, where did my life go?
Yeah. Like, there are people who can honestly sit back and look at their lives and not name 2 or 3 more ambitious things that they've tried in the last 5 years. Like, if you can look back and you say, I haven't tried nothing ambitious in the last 5 years, then you're setting yourself up to be very unhappy and to achieve nothing in life. Right. It's like, sometimes you want to, I could say, I'm not fucking super famous or no shit like that. Right. But I did what I set out to do. So, okay, I'm going to go to college and get my degree. Got my degree. Man, I'm going to get a job and be a fucking senior analyst, man. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. I did it. Man, you know, I'm gonna try to quit and just fuck it. I'm gonna make this shit work. I don't have nothing. Man, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I did it. You know, those are ambitious things that looking back now, it seems like it's just a given.
Right.
But those were things that were very ambitious when I was younger. And it's like, you have to keep adding on to that.
Right.
Because once you achieve something, that's it.
Yeah. Tyler Perry's a good example. He just opened that fucking studio.
Yeah.
Like, that's some major shit.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's been making movies. He's been doing his own thing. But for him to do that, and now that's his, that he has to lord over, that's a completely different animal than just having a movie.
Yes.
Just having a TV show.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
A long term. It's one of those things, too, where it creates like a legacy that's bigger than film.
Oh, yeah.
Even though he's a film guy, right? He could stop making films right now.
Yeah, and he did that.
Yeah, and turn Atlanta into the movie production hub of the United States, just because it's got the biggest film studio in a country there.
Yeah,
which is some other shit. Like,
right.
Damn.
Right. He got his own exit off of the freeway.
Yeah. Yeah. Dog, it's an old Air Force base. He bought it like, I want to say 7-8 years ago. I remember I was talking about it before. Like, he's had it for a while, but now it's like completely done and shit. Like, he's got, what is it, 7-8 studios.
It's 12.
12 studios, and they're all named after, like, it's the Oprah studio, Spike Lee joints. Yep. Yo, man, that's what you should be doing.
Crazy.
That's clearly a person who always has bigger mountains to climb. You don't do that. You don't just wake up and ease into that.
Right, that's some shit.
Fall out to bed. Oh shit, a new fucking 100,000 acre studio. Yeah. No, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's 2-3 decades worth of climbing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And then the question is, what does he have next?
Exactly.
Because you know he ain't trying to stop there.
Hell no, he ain't trying to stop. Come on. Yeah. Ain't no way he trying to stop.
Because I mean, I'm sure at one point he was like, "Man, I'm gonna have my own TV studio. I'm gonna make my own movies." And it goes from make my own movies, so I'm gonna distribute my own movies. You know, I'm gonna distribute my own movies, so I'm gonna produce and own a studio.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna buy all this land and convert it into this giant fucking production complex. You know what I'm saying? That's bigger than what Hollywood has, and operates at a fraction of the cost. And employs all these motherfucking people in the city.
Dog. Some next shit.
Yeah. And like next thing you know, you got that shit. It's like, holy shit. I mean, he was already like one of the top 2 people in terms of like, I think it was 2017. He was like the #1 highest grossing person in terms of his income from Hollywood. Yeah. And so like, yeah, he's been doing it.
Right.
He ain't never had the biggest film.
Nope. Never.
He
just got loyal fan bases and he understands his fan base. Yeah. He knows what they want and he does exactly what they want. He don't try to change shit. He don't try to do nothing different.
No.
He goes exactly where his money is.
Yep. It's inspiring.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's number 5.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a break and we'll come back and we're going to talk about like how to choose the mountain.
Word.
Be right back. What up, everybody? Blueprint here to let you guys know that all 3 of my books are finally back in stock. That means right here, What a Night. This book is back in stock. It's $10. This is a book about the worst shows of my career. That's 10. Word is Blog Volume 1 is back in stock. That's $10. And also, The Making of Adventures in Counterculture. This book is about my Adventures in Counterculture album. If you have the album, you know the album, you should have a book too. That's $10. All 3 of these books are back in stock for $10 each, or you can get all 3 of them for just $25 right now on waitlist.net. That's all I got today. Thanks for your support. Peace. All right, Super Duty Tough Work. We back talking about mountains, new challenges, new mountains to climb, man. And so, you know, hopefully this discussion is kind of, resonating with y'all. And making y'all reevaluate your life and understand, like, hey, man, maybe I'm going through one of those lulls, or maybe I'm in the right place because I'm doing all the things that people do when they have a mountain to climb, right?
Yeah.
And so this last segment, we're just going to talk about how to find or how to like really like dial in to that thing, you know? And so the number 1 thing we want to say, you know, way to choose, you know, your new mountain is to start where you are.
Right.
For all of us, we have interests, we have hobbies, we got things that we do professionally, we make money from. And, you know, when you're looking for a new challenge, it's easy to look outside of those things.
Right.
Like, man, what they're doing is cool. I should do what they're doing. Maybe that's where the money is at. Fuck this. But I'm a firm believer that you got to just start right with what you know. Because 9 times out of 10, there's a challenge within that you haven't taken on.
Especially if you haven't done it yet. Yeah. The stuff that you know, that you're into, that you just haven't tapped into yet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's kind of how I am with music videos. It's like, yeah, I've done music video. I looked at the fucking, that somebody asked me about it the other day, and I showed them that Atmosphere video. Oh, at the shoot. And I was like, oh shit. It's just got 1 million fucking views.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea. I think I last checked the one that had like 100,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, it ain't doing no numbers. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, yo, I directed a music video that got 1 million views.
Viral by definition.
Yeah. And it's dope.
Yeah.
I shot that joint with the kit lens.
Yes.
And it's a T2i.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Solo.
Right.
And but I didn't really apply that to more music videos. I didn't really say, man, you know what, you got an eye. You can take this a little further. Other people were asked me too. And I would just either not have time, I had my moments of doubt, or it's like, that's not really what I'm into. You know, I'm gonna keep rocking with this other shit. And then it's like I start doing it again. I'm like, oh, there's a challenge in here. There's levels of this that I have not went to.
Well, the greenhouse shit, I always thought the greenhouse shit was some of the illest work. Like the cuts and the like, I mean, that
and
shit.
you know, we did it. It was fast.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think I really internalized that either.
Yeah, the This Is It video.
Yeah. We showed up one day. We shot outside one day. We shot the next one indoor while we packed up CDs.
Yep.
That was it.
That was it.
That was it. I edited it. And it was literally out 2 days after we shot it. Because I think we had to put it out on the release date.
Yep.
Because we were like, okay, we shipping this shit. Let's make sure we'll get footage of that.
Yep.
And on Tuesday, let's drop the video.
Yep.
I stayed up, edited for it. And it was like, okay, cool. It came really natural to me. I don't want to say easy, but it was natural. And I think that made me underestimate it.
Yeah.
But what I'd like people at home to know is that when something comes natural like that to you, follow it.
Yeah, you're supposed to be doing that's right. You know, when it comes natural, but it's still challenging.
Yeah.
Then that's probably where you should be focusing your energies.
Yeah, because like I made a movie, but I've never really applied myself to doing music videos or anything like that involves like, you know, because like I said, it's the fucking all-star game of, you know what I'm saying, video production. And so, but you also get to tell stories, and I get to work with my friends, and it's fun. It's like, oh, well, this is kind of, this is dope. This is what I'm looking for. And so, you know, start where you are, man. Don't go looking all over the place. It's something there that's buried within something you already do.
Right.
Okay. Number 2 way to choose is explore all your interests. From the thing you may least suspect to the thing you suspect the most. Just try it all.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be something in there that you might sleep on. And you say, oh, man, I never really knew about this. I mean, I've been on that. Man, whatever.
Right.
But give all of it a try.
And then you dive in. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the rabbit hole goes deep.
Yes. Very fucking deep. You know, you thought it was just the surface level shit.
Yeah.
But like we're saying, there's always levels that are way above where you stopped. And that you can always challenge yourself. Even if you look at it simply as, okay, well, I have this thing I do and I'm good at it, or it comes naturally, right? The next step is the next step is say, okay, what's above that? Doing it professionally.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or being great, or starting a fucking YouTube channel where people come to me for this expertise.
Or am I good enough to get paid for this?
Yeah.
You know, am I good enough to market this as something that I offer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
that's a whole nother animal.
That's a whole nother animal, because you got to change the way you do some shit to start getting paid from it. Especially to do it like legit, not on no bootleg shit. But yeah, explore all your interests, man. Leave no stone unturned, man. Whatever you like doing, start there, but explore everything and just see how it makes you feel, you know, and kind of go from there. Number 3, what excites you? If it doesn't excite you that much, you ain't gonna do it.
Nope.
You ain't gonna stay up till 2 a.m.
Nah, you gonna go to bed at 8.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I could be editing this show.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep.
I'm tired.
Yeah, what you mean? This gotta be out Sunday? No, we're gonna drop it Wednesday.
It'll get out.
Whenever.
Yeah, it'll get out.
Who cares?
Right.
It's not that deep.
Right.
Right. But if that shit excites you, people are gonna be like, yo, would you put that down so we can do
exactly
would you stop making beats?
Yeah.
We know we got to go visit such and such today.
Yeah.
You're like, damn.
I get that all the time. Are you coming to bed?
Yeah.
You know you got to work tomorrow. You know it's 2 a.m, right?
You're like, yeah, no. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
It's just 9 o'clock.
Yeah. That shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Lose track. Mm-hmm. That's when you know you love that shit, man. If it makes you feel like that, you're on the right path. You know, that's the dopest shit. Okay. Number 4 way to choose a new mountain to climb is the opportunity for growth.
Yes.
Sometimes, you know, you look at something and you feel like I already got it, or you look at it and you ain't that interested because you don't see no path.
Right.
Like you got to have a path to the bag, to the higher levels of expertise, to the business. If you don't see that, then it's like,
Yeah, I'm good.
yeah, that might be why you haven't went into certain things. Whereas certain things you can look at and like, yeah, you know, there's a path that's laid out by the people before me who do this, and I can see how this person moved and how they used that. Now they pivoted over there once they got opportunity. You know, learn things like that give you this unending path for growth. Because when you do that, you'll always have something. So like that one choice will lead to 12 other mountains.
Right.
I'm gonna climb that one. When you get to the top of that one, you find out that there's 3 more that you didn't see.
Right. That's behind it.
That's behind it.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Yep.
I'm glad I climbed this one, but now I see those. I need to get to the top of those.
Yeah.
And that's when you know you're choosing the right thing. There's opportunity for growth. So you can just keep going. And last one, take the shortest path.
Yes.
I mean, you ain't got to be jumping all around to find a mountain to climb. I mean, for most people, they can be found as easy as, you know, I'm going to get in shape.
Yes.
I'm going to lose 10 pounds. You know, I'm going to go walking once a week, twice a week. These are simple things, but they can be difficult.
They can be mountains for a lot of people.
They can be mountains. Like 10 pounds is a challenge. You got to really be on your shit. And whether it's something like that, whether it's something like, man, I'm going to cook for myself twice a week.
Right.
You know
Stop eating out.
Stop eating out so much. I'm tired of it.
Right.
You know, I need to make an extra $100 a month because, you know, I'm tired of shit being tight. I need to use my hobby to make $100. Whatever it is, it's probably right there.
Right.
It's just the shortest path to that challenge is right there. Find that thing that's really close to you and find a challenge in that.
Yeah.
And you let that shit fuel you, you know, instead of taking on these grandiose things. I'm gonna write a book. You've never written a blog before.
Right.
You don't tweet.
Right.
You don't even write on Facebook. But I'm gonna write a book because that's the mountain. That's what everybody else fucking says.
Right.
I got stories. Well, why ain't you writing already? The biggest challenge, the shortest path is to start writing.
Yeah.
It's not to write a book.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Write a paragraph.
Write a paragraph every day.
Yeah.
You wake up and you write 400 words. That's it. Before you go to bed, I need 400, 500 words. Do that for a year. Then you can start talking about a book. You start talking about a chapter first.
Right.
You know, a blog first. 1,500 words. But you just can't say, oh, I'm gonna write a book, and you haven't even taken the steps before that are easiest. So that's it, man.
That's it. This is a good one.
Yeah, I hope this helps some people, man. This is, you know, a grown man discussion.
Yeah.
Because we grown and these are things that happen. But I think these things happen to young people too. They just don't know it.
They don't realize it. I mean, and I think a lot of older people don't really realize that they need a mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you do get comfortable. You do get complacent, especially if you got a good job.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? You're making good money. You got the house. You got the car. You got the pretty wife. You got the kids. You got the 2.5 kids and the dog.
Yeah, your car start up every time you get in it.
Right. You good. Air conditioning.
Bills
heat,
is paid.
Everything.
Yeah.
So they don't realize that inside it's like you're still looking for something.
Yeah.
You just don't realize that that's what it is, that you need something new, especially when you're comfortable.
Yes. Purpose. You gotta have that, man.
Yeah.
And so that's it for this week.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to Super Duty Tough Work. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Follow the podcast on SoundCloud. Peace.
Oh, the rabbit hole goes deep.
Yes, very fucking deep. You know, you thought it was just